setting the pace for over 25 years and still ahead of the game. Biscon Communications, telling Nigeria's story to the world, the Nigerian way. Biscon Television and the Biscon Show, where excellence meets entertainment and storytelling comes alive. From compelling documentaries to high-profile event coverage, from exclusive celebrity interviews to the latest in news, politics, lifestyle, and culture, we bring you the content that keeps you informed, inspired, and entertained. And guess what? We're taking over the digital space. Our social media presence is exploding. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Millions are watching, liking, sharing, and engaging with us daily as the numbers just keep climbing. Our content is going viral, our audience is growing, and the conversation is bigger than ever. Now we need you. Follow, like, comment, and share. Be part of the movement. Get exclusive behind-the-scenes content. Join the conversations and never miss a moment of the action. This is more than just television. It's a revolution in digital storytelling. Biscon TV and the Biscon Show. Bigger, better, and right at your fingertips. Let's take it to the next level. Follow us now.
Coming to you live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria, this is the World News on Biscon TV. I'm Emmanuel. A quick look at the top stories making the news is up. On the national scene, Senate didn't reject e-transmission of results, Baribe clarifies. And federal government stopped use of tax credits for road construction. In business, NCC, NDPC signed MOU on data privacy enforcement. On the foreign scene, UN urges Burkina Faso junta to reverse political party ban. And in sport, Super Eagles goalkeeper Nwabili leaves Chippa United. Now let's bring you the news in detail. The Senate Minority Caucus clarified on Thursday that the Senate did not reject the electronic transmission of election results before passing the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, contrary to widespread media report. The clarification comes barely 24 hours after the upper chamber came under fire on Wednesday, following reports that lawmakers had rejected proposal for the electronic transmission of results and a 10-year ban on vote buyers and other electoral offenders. Shortly after the report went viral, Senate President Godswill Akpabio dismissed the claims as misleading. He also maintained that legislators retain electronic transfer as provided under the 2022 Electoral Act. A distinction, he said, was necessary to avoid legal and operational ambiguities. Speaking to journalists on Thursday, former Senate Minority Leader Senator Eyinaya Abaribe said the caucus was compelled to address what he described as a widespread misunderstanding of Wednesday plenary proceeding. He explained that what the Senate passed was the electronic transmission of results, a position of which, according to him, was also clarified by the Senate President during plenary. Away from that, the federal government has ended the system where big companies use their tax money to build roads instead of paying it into the government's account. From now on, the government insists that all road projects must be handled through the normal budget process approved by the National Assembly. The executive chairman of the Nigeria Revenue Service, Mr. Zach Adedeji, made this known on Wednesday. He explained that this change is necessary to follow the Nigerian constitution and financial laws. Mr. Adedeji said that even though the plan was meant to help the country, it was causing a problem with how the law works. He stated that the job of the tax office is to collect money, not to decide how the money is spent on construction. In another development, ahead of the 2027 general election, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has expanded Nigeria's political landscape with the registration of two new political parties, namely the Democratic Leadership Alliance (DLA) and the Nigeria Democratic Congress (NDC). Speaking on Thursday at the first regular consultative meeting with political party, INEC Chairman Professor Joash Amupiton SAN announced the registration of the DLA and NDC, bringing the number of registered political parties to 21. While the DLA emerged successful following a rigorous verification process, the NDC was registered in compliance with the Federal High Court order. Despite new addition, Professor Amupiton expressed deep frustration with the growing spate of internal disputes currently rocking several political parties. The Commission again confirmed its readiness for the FCT Area Council election scheduled for February 21, 2026. And still on the news, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State has approved the appointment of Major General Lukman Tokunbo Omoni, retired, as his executive advisor on security coordination. The appointment, contained in a letter signed by the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Musibau Babatunde, is with immediate effect. While congratulating Omoni on the appointment, Governor Makinde urged him to ensure effective coordination of security activities in the state with a view to making every part of the state safe and everyone secure. The Data Protection Commission have signed a memorandum of understanding to deepen cooperation on data privacy and protection enforcement in the telecommunications sector as regulators intensify effort to safeguard Nigeria's personal information in a rapidly digitizing economy. The MOU was signed on Thursday at the NCC headquarters in Abuja with officials from both agencies, describing the agreement as a critical step towards stronger coordinated regulation of data controllers and processors operating in Nigeria's digital ecosystem. Now, speaking at the ceremony, the National Commissioner of the NDPC, Vincent Olatunji, said the partnership reflected the growing importance of personal data protection to citizens' rights and national development. He noted that effective enforcement required close collaboration with sector regulators, given the volume of data generated within the industry. He assured the NDPC of the NCC's full support in implementing the MOU, adding that the Commission will work collaboratively to ensure communication networks remain robust while protecting citizens' data. Let's take another break, and when we come back, we'll bring you foreign news. Stay tuned. Welcome back. On the foreign scene, the United Nations Rights Chief called on Thursday on the Burkina Faso government to halt all repression of civic space and to overturn its plan to prohibit all political parties. The junta running the West African nation said last week its plan to dissolve all political parties whose activities have been suspended since the military rulers seized power in 2022. The UN Rights Office highlighted that the Burkinabe authorities last year suspended the activities of several national and international organizations, either without explanation or citing vague grounds such as unauthorized data collection. Up next is sports news.
Audio Jungle.
Many thanks for staying tuned. Now let's move to sports scene, where the Super Eagles goalkeeper Stanley Nwabali has parted ways with South African club Chippa United after 4 years, the club confirmed on Thursday. In a statement, Chippa United said Nwabali is requested to leave the club despite signing a 3-year contract extension in 2024, adding that it had agreed to grant its release. Reacting to his exit, Nwabali took to Instagram on Thursday, sharing a video alongside an emotional farewell message in which he thanked his teammates, coaches, fans, and the club's leadership. The 29-year-old joined Chippa United from Katsina United in the NPFL in 2022 and made about 70 appearances for the club. We will take our final break here, and when we come back, you took entertainment news. Stay tuned. And finally, on entertainment news, Nigerian makeup artist and creative entrepreneur Teresa Emekwara, popularly known as Teslam, has officially received a Guinness World Record plaque and medal after confirmation of a 146-hour continuous makeup application marathon held in Lagos. The record-breaking feat took place at Landmark, where Teslam applied makeup non-stop for 6 days on over 200 faces. The marathon drew widespread attention from creatives, beauty enthusiasts, and supporters who followed the challenge, both physically and online. Describing the experience, Teslam said this record represents discipline, faith, and the power of community. And that's it on the news on Biscon TV. But before we go, let's look at the headlines that made the news this hour. Starting off from the National Senate didn't reject e-transmission of results at Barry Bay clarifies. Federal government stop use of tax credit for road construction. In business, NCC, NDPC signed MOU on data privacy enforcement. On the foreign scene, UN urges Burkina Faso junta to reverse political party ban. And in sports, Super Eagles goalkeeper Nwabali leaves Chippa United. The news was compiled and produced by David Asha. I'm Emmanuel. Many thanks for watching.
Go.
Yeah, welcome. I greet you. Biscon TV welcomes you to newspaper headliners. The papers are here, so let's share the headline stories with you. My co-anchor is the one, the only Effiong Yom, broadcaster, commentator, and of course, national affairs analyst. Effiong, I greet you.
Great to be here. Good day.
All right, this day newspaper is here, and the lead story is also here. Setback for electoral reforms. Senate rejects mandatory real-time results upload.
Definitely a setback. One thought there would have been some improvement, especially after the complaints that greeted the 2023 elections. But well, it's still in process because it's still in progress, work in progress, I would say, because the House of Representatives had a contrary view. They, on their part, wanted real-time. So maybe the joint session of the National Assembly, it might be rectified.
Okay.
I think so.
Work in progress, as you said. Abdul Razak, that's Kwara governor. Terrorist attack claimed 75 for refusing to give in to string doctrines.
I guess this terrorism thing, we all have to brace up. All faiths, about this time, it's not to say who is this, who is that, but we need to join hands because it's getting quite alarming.
Okay. With a projected GDP of $334 billion in 2026, IMF tips Nigeria as Africa's third largest economy ahead of Algeria.
Well, I don't know what to say if that is a positive outcome. because Nigeria used to be the largest.
It sounds positive. Yeah, we used to be the largest
economy.
But we dropped the ball somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
and we are playing catch up today.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, when you're playing catch up, it's difficult for me to cheer. Still, because the economy of the streets.
No. At least we are catching up.
Well, let's hope so. Playing catch up is not it for me.
Yeah.
For a country as blessed and as resourceful as Nigeria.
Federal government, U.S. troops in Nigeria restricted to training, intelligence support.
I wish they could do more. Not with the reports like we're getting from Kwara, some fresh reports from other parts of the country. I wish they could do more to stem the tide.
All right. From this day, the next paper will be the Punch. It is here. Just 1-2 stories on the front page. Kwara massacre. Kwara. We just talked.
Yeah.
Federal government faces heat as 100 feared dead.
I mean, we just said. I mean, as reported in the other paper, so much is so wrong with going on about this time. There's all hands should
on deck
be on deck on this matter.
Delayed Electoral Act amendment could disrupt 2027 poll timetable. INEC is saying this.
Well, INEC has. I mean, we talked about the Senate a while ago in the other paper, been restructuring some of the things that were said at the different confabs they held across the country, and the session of the National Assembly as of the Senate, and INEC, of course, is raising its concerns.
So you see, in this case now, in this scenario, the referee, that's the INEC, is not complaining about the play, but the players, the attitude of the players.
Yes, I mean the Senate is the National Assembly because it's the ball is in their court.
Oh yeah.
That's why a lot of people are accusing them of being deliberate about trying to create confusion, create a stampede, if you like, that will make INEC be in a hurry. Because being in a hurry will create room for mistakes, and mistakes will give excuses for things not being done properly. I guess that's why INEC is complaining.
This is a different scenario. Diezani trial. UK contractor details luxury property of unpaid bills.
Well,
you remember, you hear the other day she spent
Allison,
the other day she spent over £140,000.
So they tell us.
But that cannot be fake news.
So they tell us because we've not had this Yanni. I mean, I will be wrong to be judgmental.
Are we judgmental, or we are reporting what is in the press?
No, I mean, you said, I mean, what is reported in the press is one-sided, and until we see the other side, then from the school of journalism that we went to, we were talked about both sides of the story.
Every story has 3 sides, we were taught. I was taught.
Okay.
Okay, next will be the Vanguard. The Vanguard is here, and the lead story is also here. Electoral Act. Senate passes bill, rejects mandatory electronic transmission of results.
Yes, that is, we talked about that already, and my criticism of that remains in the Senate, deciding to stay with the law of 2023 elections that was highly and heavily criticized.
Jihadists execute 162 in Kwara massacre. That's according to the Red Cross.
Yes, I wish one can skip stories like that. It's too morbid and sad that this is happening. That man's inhumanity to man. Really sad.
Banks divert credit to services sector.
Well, maybe that's where the bankers will always look at where the money is coming from. If money is in the services, why not?
Christian genocide. U.S. Congress urges stricter action on global religious freedom.
Absolutely. I guess that's about time all these things are given more attention.
Yeah. Next, the Daily Sun. The lead story this. Senate slashes election notice deadline to 6 months.
Well, I guess They might need to invite
but
INEC.
rejects mandatory electronic transmission of results.
I think the Senate has to be subjected to. I mean, I don't know who will subject them because they are the lawmakers. But I think INEC should be able to do a presentation that will suit it if it's to conduct a free and fair and credible elections.
Acceptable elections too.
Yes.
Southeast governors, leaders push for regional projects economic bloc.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we already have some. Maybe it should need some more teeth to the laws establishing these regional economic blocks like the NDDC and Northeast Commission and all such commissions.
All right. Okay, from there we move to the Tribune. The Tribune, on its own part, leads with Senate passes electoral bill, rejects mandatory e-transmission of results.
Well, I guess this is more political than if you're drawing the rules to a particular game. You expect it to be as fair as possible because you could be on the other side.
Yeah.
It might just end up not being favored. But of course, politicians will always think like what they represent.
Death toll rises as bandits kill scores in Kwara.
A really sad story. The details are in the Tribune and other papers that have reported it. Difficult to comprehend. That's all in the name of. I think everybody should just rise against this menace.
At least for once.
Yes. Very, very incomprehensible.
2027 politics won't affect my job as FCT minister. This is Wike telling you.
Well, good luck to him. If he will stay in the FCT and do his job. So we'll wait to see.
Nigeria to overtake Algeria as Africa's third largest economy. We talked about it last time. Yeah. No comment?
Well, I already have expressed get the Tribune and get details. My expression is difficult to be excited about the once largest economy. It's like a former champion telling you that, oh, I'll be champion again, and you just expect. I don't know why you start clapping for him again for saying that he will regain his championship belt.
All right, monumental loss behind shutdown of refineries, NNPCL.
Of course, it has to be. It cannot be productive. It cannot. That's why the economy has all of the issues because it's of instability in terms of production, in terms of deliverables, in terms of export of oil products and all. And the lengthy fight between Ipman and Dangote and all, talking about the oil sector, which is the biggest income earner for Nigeria.
All right, 2027, INEC will stick to Electoral Act 2022.
Right, so you begin to wonder what the rigmarole has been about.
CL pulls plug on Port Harcourt refinery. Who's saying what?
Yeah, that's why when we read morbid stories like $1.5 billion project, and as a monumental loss which it is, you now hear that same economy is placing third, is playing catch up.
Regulation. A plus.
Like I said, everything about it. Let's get the New Telegraph and see because I've not read the story. But it's a good one if it's on the positive side. But the balance is what you find difficult to understand. At one point, is talking about
this one. Suswan quits PDP, cites unresolved internal crises.
Well, the PDP has been in turmoil has been fractured for too long.
Self-imposed.
Oh yes, definitely. Checks does not only happen within the three subject to avoid the dictatorship and all such and impunity.